And virtual companies grow quickly. You know all about the virtual conveyor belts and the just-in-time. You are world experts on all this stuff. The total integration of the supply chain and so on. And we can expect phenomenal growth in all of these areas. And the good news for you is that the competition isn't going to be too difficult. Why? Because it's so hard for someone to break into your area. You found that when you tried to make a big move into America. It's tough. Why? Because you have to have so much infrastructure to compete. The good news is that it is unlikely that a new global courier service will come out of India and invade the European Union in the next 5 years. You hope. What's more likely is that you will battle it out with FedEx and the rest. So the good news is, I say, that you have a huge chunk of the global market and it's relatively secure, but we still have big gaps in what consumers actually need. Let me give you another example. I left my power supply for my main computer, like this one, at a speaking engagement. And I speak in several countries a week sometimes, and I was desperate. I had another computer, but I really needed a new power supply. And I had 2.5 hours before I left for the airport again. And you would think, wouldn't you, that using Google and all of your logistics, that you and I together would manage to get to my home quickly a power supply. What did I do? Well, it's up here. I found the product online, made in America. Next, I made 6 phone calls. The wholesaler wouldn't talk to me. He said, "Oh, we've got hundreds, but I can't talk to you. Sorry," click. I phoned him back again. "You have got to tell me where I can buy it." "Oh, go online." No. Tell me, who has it in stock now? "Well, that's not our job. It's all online. Please." Eventually, he gives me some phone numbers. I then finally get through to one retailer. The retailer says, you have to put it in an email to us. In an online world, he said, "We only do online ordering." So I'm backwards and forwards with 3 emails. Then he said he wouldn't accept a credit card transaction. And my PayPal account had no money in it. So then I had to load up my PayPal account. And then the biggest nightmare of all, how on earth in an online world am I going to get the product fast enough? You see, the online world is so slow. People tell me 1 mouse click and it all happens. It's rubbish. The only way to get a product is to get in the car and go and get it. You know that, right? If you want milk, go and get it. If you want a newspaper, go and get it. If you want flowers, go and get it. Or wait. And how long will I have to wait? A whole 24 hours at least. Probably 36. Maybe 72. I've got 2.5 hours, so how did I do it? Any ideas? How on earth did I do it? Well, I did it the old-fashioned way. I phoned a taxi. Taxis are better than couriers because they're human beings. I phoned up a taxi and I said, "Okay, this is an emergency. Go to this name and address, collect the product, bring it back here, and I'll pay you lots of cash." Trouble was, taxi arrived at my home 5 minutes after I had to leave for the airport. Taxi then chases me all the way down the motorway to the airport, but I'm off onto my flight. He gets stuck behind traffic and the power supply is gone. So for me, that was a frustrating example of how the last century world of courier has not caught up at all with the online world of tomorrow. And you know that in online sales, you lose 30%. Every one of your clients loses 30% of their market share, 30% of sales in 30 seconds of waiting for a page to load. That's yesterday. You tell me tomorrow. In tomorrow's world, you will lose 30% of your sales with a 10-second wait. Wow. That's 10-second wait at any point for a page to load, for the credit card transaction to be confirmed, for someone to pick up the phone when you said, "Please speak to an operator," for the product to be delivered to your door in 72 hours. 10-second wait. We're in a 10-second world, and what we need is a 10-second courier service. That's a courier service which says this product will be back to you with a 3-hour promise. Can we do it? We have to do it. It's the future. You do it already. Every pharmaceutical company does it. Every chemist has a 3-hour promise. Why? You go in for you see your doctor at 9:30. You come out at 10:30. You need your medicines by 2 or you will die. Maybe I exaggerate, but you will get them by 2. If you're very unlucky, you will have to come back at 3 o'clock. But the medicines will be there. And they will come by courier through a special automated delivery system from the wholesaler to that chemist. It's a beautiful world. It works every single time. And if you go in at 6 o'clock in the evening, it'll be there 9 o'clock in the morning. Fantastic. And that's what I want. I want the high street pharma service in my doorstep for every product that I can possibly get. That for me is the gold standard now. It's 6 p.m. ordering for 10 a.m. delivery across the whole of the European Union. Can we do it? Can we do it? I don't mean can we do it now. Can it be done? Sure. Is there a market for it? You bet. You bet. This is a 10-second world. We cannot have a 10-second mouse click world and then have a delivery process which basically hasn't really changed for the last, what, 5 years? 10 years? And it should be anywhere in the same country. From here to the Bavarian Alps, no problem. 10 a.m. for 3 p.m. delivery, for sure, absolutely. By the way, the other group of people who do this superbly well are garages. Garages. Garages and chemists can get a part like that within hours, minutes sometimes, half an hour sometimes. And as I say, minicabs are much faster than anything else. It's the poor man's version of a courier service, and it works beautifully. And you know all about the online tracking systems and all these other things that should help us, but actually for me it's all to do with speed. And online sales need to deliver almost as fast as getting into the car.